one fine day you'll look at me.
Hi everybody, I'm Jamie Kay and welcome to our first cooking video with Save the Kales. I'm so excited that you're here. The video we're going to be doing today is a Valentine's themed video, and we're going to be making a Moroccan beet salad, which I'm going to call a Moroccan heartbeat salad, and I'll show you why later, and sauteed purple kale. And purple kale is so beautiful. As you can tell, a lot of the colors we're going to be using today are pinks and reds and purples, and this meal is just going to be gorgeous and delicious. So please keep watching. Okay, we're going to start today with the Moroccan heartbeat salad, and the recipe that I'm using today did not call for the use of any kind of couscous or grain, but I think that without it, it's going to be very similar to the sauteed kale I'm making. So I'm going to use some couscous in this salad just to kind of give it a different texture and vary it up a little bit, although the flavors are going to be completely different. Now, couscous can be used in the same way that you would use a lot of rice. It can just be kind of a base for a dish, I guess, for lack of a better word, and you can just pile all kinds of yummy things on top of it. So how you cook this is a 2-to-1 ratio. For whatever amount of couscous you're going to use, you're going to double that amount of water. So I have my half cup measurement here, and 2 scoops of that will equal 1 cup of couscous. And then we have here 2 cups of water, and we're just gonna pour that inside. And I'm gonna put this on the stove at a high setting, and then as soon as it starts to boil, put the lid on top and just bring it down to a low or to a medium-low setting. So do that right now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to get started with are the beets for the beet salad. And to prepare these right off the bat, it's going to be pretty simple. This is just one bunch of beets with the greens attached. And first of all, when we just talk about how beautiful these are, I mean, oh my gosh, that purple pink color and these greens in contrast, like, don't you just want to rearrange your living room and redecorate it and just paint it all these beautiful colors? It's so pretty. So I'm going to put that first bunch of them here on the table, and got my big fancy chef's knife. We're going to cut the stems off and leave about 1.5 inches of stem, and we're going to save the greens to use for later. So put them there. So it should look like this, okay? Do that with all of them. Okay, so I have the beets in a pot, and what we're gonna do, they look like this, all nicely piled up in the pot there. We're just gonna cover these with water, and again, set them on the stove at a high setting, and as soon as it starts to boil, we're gonna cover them up, and these will stay on the stove for about 30 minutes until you can put a knife in and be able to pull it out when they're nice and soft. So stay tuned, we're gonna make the dressing next. Let's see here, the first thing that we are going to use is a 1/3 cup of olive oil. If you don't currently use olive oil, I highly recommend it. You really don't need to be eating things like vegetable oil. I know that olive oil can be kind of intimidating almost because there's so many kinds and some of them are really expensive, but I think I got this jar on sale for, you know, $5 or $6, and you use it all the time for everything. So just get one that you like, but you don't have to spend a fortune on it. So we have a 1/3 cup of olive oil, and then we're going to be taking a 1/4 cup of either balsamic vinegar or red wine vinegar. Now we're using some red wine vinegar in the kale recipe we're going to do after this. So for now I'm going to be using balsamic in this recipe. So that is a 1/4 of a cup. Okay, we add that in. Then we have a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and this is just a spicy brown mustard. It's a store brand. I think the whole bottle costs, you know, maybe $1, $1.20. And I use this mustard all the time too in a ton of recipes. So that's something I like to always keep in the pantry. And then the agave nectar. Now the recipe I had originally called for honey, but this is a vegan cooking show after all, so I'm going to use this instead. This actually comes from a cactus, and it's extremely low on the glycemic index, and you use it just like you would use honey or sugar, but it's not going to make your blood sugar spike up and then come crashing back down. So I use this all the time. I put it in my coffee. I mean, it doesn't, you know, you think cactus, it's going to taste, I don't know, perhaps deserty. It doesn't taste like a desert. It tastes really good. And it's very sticky, and the top was just stuck a little bit, so sorry about that. So a tablespoon of agave nectar as well. And that's the base of it. And then we're going to go through all of our spices, which you'll see in the pictures I have carefully laid out already. So I'm going to put all of those spices into our bowl. And we're going to whisk everything up and then just set it aside. And we will be right back to start some of the other ingredients in this salad.
One fine day